Hello, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation, and it's prison time for some gold dealers in Miami. Oh, yeah. That's right. This comes to us from Anthony G. Once at the center of sprawling money laundering scheme, Miami gold dealers are headed to prison. And once partners of a gold-fueled money laundering racket between Latin America and Miami, Samer Barrage and Juan Granda stood as ashamed and apologetic defendants on Friday while a federal judge sent them to prison for their multi-billion-dollar crime. You may remember where I posted videos about this story and the investigation that has dated way back to 2015, maybe even earlier. U.S. District Judge Robert Scola gave Barrage nearly 7 years and Grande 6 years in prison, granting them some credit for their assistance to federal prosecutors in the unfolding $3.6 billion money laundering conspiracy case that has rattled the nation's precious metals industry. The former gold dealers, for now defunct NTR Metals and Doral, faced maximum terms of 10 years each under their plea agreements, but prosecutors asked the judge to shave off a portion of their punishment because of their cooperation in the ongoing probe and the repayment of some illicit profits from tons of gold imports over the last 5 years. Both defendants, considered flight risks, have been in federal custody since their arrest last March and pleaded guilty in September. Under a settlement agreement, Barrage, who was NTR's boss in Latin America and shared in the gold smuggling profits, agreed to pay back $1.3 million, though that figure has been reduced to $850,000. Granda agreed to pay back $466,000 and has repaid only $9,000. Very interesting indeed. And here's a picture of Samer Barrage. In weighing their sentences, Scola highlighted the harm that Barrage, 40, and Granda, 36, caused in carrying out their massive money laundering conspiracy, with a third convicted NTR gold dealer, Renato Rodriguez, 43, who awaits sentencing at the end of January. This goes way beyond money laundering, Scola said, as the judge listed the deforestation of the Amazonian rainforest in South America, the poisoning of workers and other social ills caused by illegal gold mining in Colombia and Peru, the latter of which Pope Francis visited on Friday to shine a spotlight on the environmental and human devastation. The judge also pointed out that Barrage and Grande bought illegally mined gold from drug traffickers and criminal groups while bribing foreign government officials and falsifying paperwork to smuggle loads of the precious metal from South America to Miami. Scola's points were the focus of Miami Herald series on gold smuggling and money laundering between Latin America and South Florida that was published online earlier in the week. Both Barrage and Granda, whose families were among the throng attending the sentencing hearing in Miami, issued deep apologies. I'm deeply ashamed to be standing here in front of my family and friends, Barrage told the judge. There's absolutely no excuse for this. Remorse does not even begin to scratch the surface of how I feel. Granda echoed those same sentiments. The only person I can blame is myself. Assistant U.S. Attorney Francisco Madarel characterized the NTR duo's scheme of buying illegally mined gold as sprawling. Yeah, and really that's about all they could say that would really accurately describe what they have done here. It's a rampant problem and an important issue, said Madarel, who was working on the case with prosecutor Tony Gonzalez, Homeland Security Investigations, and the FBI. These gentlemen were right in the middle of it all, but they are by no means the only people involved. Last week, federal prosecutors unsealed an indictment charging 4 Peruvian men in the money laundering conspiracy including a longtime gold smuggler known by the alias Peter Ferrari. They still must be extradited from Peru to Miami. Barrage and Granda, represented respectfully by Miami attorneys Marcos Beaton and Daniel Rashbaum, admitted dealing with Ferrari as part of their smuggling of tainted gold between January 2013 and March 2017 for NTR, which is owned by a Dallas-based parent company, Metal. Federal prosecutors said the two defendants circumvented Metal's anti-money laundering compliance program by buying gold from Ferrari. An Metal compliance officer warned Barrage and Granda about buying gold from the Peruvian gold smuggler, according to a factual statement filed with the two defendants' plea agreements. But the NTR employees ignored the warnings and set up accounts at Metal for a series of Peruvian front companies so they could buy and import $400 million worth of gold. In total, the NTR employees purchased $1 billion worth of gold from collectors of the precious metal in Peru during 2013, before Peruvian authorities began cracking down on the illegal mining and smuggling trade. Authorities there see some of Ferrari's shipments detained from NTR in Miami. The case has illuminated Miami's central role as an international gold trading hub, with the majority of the precious metal imported into the United States through Miami International Airport by NTR Metals and other dealers in South Florida. Neither NTR or Metal, the parent company, has been charged in the case, but Metal has been suspended from buying, refining, and selling gold on precious metals exchanges. Metal's lawyer, Terry Gum, has not returned repeated calls or emails for comment. And I was under the impression that they were shutting down. Totally, but there must be some remnants of the company still out there, obviously. So very interesting indeed. Post your thoughts about this story below. We're now seeing the results of the investigation, the first convictions, and sentencing. Post your thoughts below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all, and thanks again to Anthony G. for sharing this article. And I encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.